This week we are working with jQuery, and jQuery is a JavaScript library. And you will find that jQuery is pretty powerful. It will take several JavaScript commands and kind of combine them into a single line command. So it's very popular, and it will create less code. So it'll make coding some things easier. There is a reading assignment, so you can read the chapter from the book, or you can read the little web articles on jQuery. And then there is a key concept lecture that you do need to go through. I have split each of these sections with little videos that explain them. There is quite a bit here. You may want to do this in more than one sitting because jQuery is very powerful. It will handle any of our JavaScript commands. It can handle events. It can do animation. You can manipulate text in HTML. You can even traverse the DOM. So there are videos on everything. In each section, there's an explanation. There are links to different resources, places you can practice, different examples. Okay? And then, of course, we do have the interactive buttons and links that are built in to the lecture demo. Once you get through with that, then you're going to do the programming assignment. The programming assignment, honestly, the best way to learn jQuery is to take JavaScript and convert it. So that is what I have you do with Windchill. That Windchill exercise from last week, you are going to copy that, plus the graphic and the JavaScript and the fonts. Going to copy all of that from lesson 5 into lesson 6. Because we are using jQuery, super important that you add this to the top of your code between the opening and closing head tags. And then you can go about converting your code. Now, I did actually write out instructions on how to perform this conversion, and I also did a video that walks you through it. Okay, but here's code, and then here is how you go about converting that. And the video walks you through that as well. Then you'll be creating a drag and drop interface. So here is the file you're going to be downloading, and you're going to convert this into a little block with a letter, and then you're going to create some more, and you are going to make those draggable. So you can basically drag them around and create words. Once you finish that, you're going to create your own little drag and drop. And it can be on whatever you want. This can count as one of your games for the term project. So here's what I did. Just be aware that the order that you put the graphics on your page impacts what's called a stacking order. So I put this little lake on the page first, so you can see it's at the bottom. Okay, I put these cattails on after the lake, so they're on top of the lake. And so the order that you see, whether things are on the top or the bottom, it just depends on the order that you added them to your page. Okay, but this definitely can count as one of your games. It can count as the jQuery game. And then the last task here is to create basically a to-do list or a bucket list. And the book had an example that I used for a bucket list. So you can do one like the book, okay, or let's see, you can also do what I think is a little simpler list that's easier to understand. And that's this one. So there's a couple different ways that you can create the list. I do have links to videos that explain the code to you so you'll understand what you're doing. And then once you're done, you're going to upload all of those files. Make sure you update your assignment page with links and upload everything to the web, and then submit done. And it is time to start thinking about the term project. So I mentioned you could use one of these exercises as one of the games in the term project. So the term project basically involves 3 games. You need to create a jQuery game. You need to create an HTML5 and Canvas game, and that will use JavaScript. And then the third game is your own choice. Okay, so you need HTML5, Canvas, and JavaScript. You need jQuery, and the third one is your choice. So it can be HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, jQuery, or I'll even let you use an API there. But these do have to be original, your own code. You can remake an existing game, or you can create a brand new one, but you cannot copy and paste other people's code. Okay, and you cannot use any of these frameworks. Okay, we are dealing with HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, and jQuery only. Okay, so that is an overview of the project. What you need to do for this week is submit a proposal. Basically, what 3 games are you planning on submitting? Okay, what is going to be your jQuery great game? What's going to be your HTML5, Canvas, and JavaScript game? And what are you thinking of for the third one? It is okay if you change your mind. Okay, but this just gives me an idea that you're thinking about something. Put the proposal into the Dropbox. Now, if you're looking for ideas, I do have a page with examples of what previous students have done. So you have to create an interface page. That'll be the first milestone. So that this is that particular student's interface page. And then you can see that she's got her 3 games in here, website information as well. Okay, so you guys are going to have to do something similar. Okay, so here's another one. So these are the 3 games. Description, he is keeping high scores. Okay, so you can kind of take a look at these different games. So at this point, you're just doing a proposal, giving me an idea of what 3 games. As I said, there's 3 milestones, and the first milestone is due. It's not due for quite a while. So you can see you've got several weeks, but the first milestone involves creating the interface. Okay, so the interface is going to be HTML5 and CSS3. And then once you create that interface, then you are basically going to share it with your classmates. And that is what the showcase is all about. So if you click on those, there will be information on each, but this kind of shows you what is required of the showcase and what is required in the milestone. And like I said, you can see all of these projects that I have examples of. Okay, this is their interface. Okay, so kind of gives you an example of what other people have done. For this week, all you need to do is turn in the project proposal. Okay, so, but you should start thinking about the games and kind of a theme and what kind of interface you want to create, because it should kind of go with the games. Then for extra credit, we do have the industry night out. The SMI one falls in this week. I believe it's the 21st. If you expand this out, you can find out more information on that. This is one that you need to register for. And for more information, you can click on the flyer. Okay, as far as what you need to turn in for the extra credit, you need a paragraph basically summarizing what you learned and what you liked about the event. Okay, and that's worth 10 points extra credit. Additional resources. Again, we got a link for tutoring. We have a PowerPoint on the book chapter, and then some links out to different jQuery resources. If you run into problems this week, please let me know. I will tell you the number one problem people have with jQuery is they forget to link in the jQuery library. That is by far the most common error. And so if your jQuery isn't working, double check to make sure you put the library in there. It should be between the opening and closing head tags. Make sure you've got the library in, and if you still have problems, please make sure everything's transferred to the web and then let me know and I will take a look. Have a great week and let me know if you have any questions.